That was Chicken Attack. I'm not going to play the whole thing. It's a little bit long. Let's see. I didn't even do the opening on the. I have a new opening that I say here. So let's give this a try. Welcome to Fargo, where extraordinary people define our north of normal metro. Discover the real stories behind the real people in the city of frost and fire. This is the Fargo Five. I'm here with Mary Leibel from the Love Bug Farm. Hello, Mary.
Hello.
How do you like my new intro?
That's
new
awesome.
Opening there, right? Very descriptive.
Yes.
Right? And we just heard your very real story, inspiring. I think a lot of people out in the burbs on those smaller lots are like, oh, should we try doing something new and exciting?
Yep.
And you did.
You can. It's a lot of work. It's not for the faint of heart, especially in the winter when it's freezing cold and you got to go feed those birds. No one wants to go outside.
You know, people say that about having kids too, and like life is work.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I mean, like it's a lot of work. If you don't want to work, just stay in bed. I mean, if you're getting, it's all work. So, I think you're doing something very cool. And then every week.
Yep.
Now, with your farm goods, you are headed to the Moorhead Farmers Market at the Hjemkomst Center. I didn't even know that was going on every single week.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about that.
We started the beginning of June, and it goes through September 24th, I believe. So every Tuesday from 3:30 to 6:30. I'm telling you my setup time. 3:30 to 6:30. We are there with other farmers and other vendors selling.
It's just right there in the parking lot.
It is in the parking lot,
okay.
Like closer to the Viking ship park.
Okay.
So they've actually paired it. They had 2 already, and I believe there's 2 more of the river art evenings. Then they go a little bit later, but they have that on their Facebook page, I know for sure. And it's fun because usually I think it's 4 to 6. Someone's there playing music, so it's really cool.
Well, and
fun time.
The Hjemkomst, and for those you must be familiar with it, it's that big white building right in the middle between Fargo and Moorhead. Technically, I think it's in Moorhead.
Yes.
And it's spelled HJEMKOMST. It's very Norwegian. We're Norwegian up here, and the J makes a Y sound, so it's the Hjemkomst Center. We actually had somebody from the Norwegian because they had that festival.
Yes.
And of course, I'm on live radio. I can't. That's why I print out everyone's name.
Right.
I have this thing where I can't remember names or details on live radio. So anyhow,
you can get into the Hjemkomst free after 5:30, I believe.
Oh, really?
I
didn't know that.
Why can't I think of it? The Heritage Society, whoever in charge of it, they've done that after the farmers market. So I believe it's 5:30 on that you could go in for that evening. So if you want to look at the Viking ship.
Yeah. So this event is from 3:30 to 6:30.
Yes.
But you would encourage maybe go pick up your kids from school or daycare or when you're done with work.
Yeah, come on by.
Head on over.
Yeah.
And so when you do, the parking there is a little, you either turn to the right and you go down there, and then this is happening in the parking lot. Yep. So parking's got to be a little strained.
It's not. It hasn't been too bad. When the river markets, it's pretty full, and none of the vendors even park in the parking lot. But it's been okay because they have a fairly big parking lot. But just across the street is the American Crystal Sugar or the Moorhead Center Mall over there, and you can just walk across the crosswalk. But on the normal market days, I haven't noticed that parking's been too full, that people couldn't find parking. But the river arts days are a little more because they have the concert when it gets later.
So you walk over there. It's a big parking lot. You've got the Hjemkomst kind of in the background. We don't go into the Hjemkomst. We're just in the parking lot. So it's going to be weather permitting.
Yes, it is. So if there's any chance of thunderstorm,
do they cancel it?
Yes.
It's totally canceled.
Yep, canceled by 10 a.m. if there's a chance of weather. And they do have a Facebook page and events and stuff. So we were totally bummed the last time because it got canceled. So we're all ready to go. And my kids are like, oh, so we have fun. We set it up. And
so this is happening today?
Today, this afternoon. Yep, this afternoon, evening. We will be there.
Although it might rain or no?
I sure hope not.
Okay.
Don't say that,
well,
Conrad. I haven't looked at the weather.
No, I did a couple days ago, and that's because I'm planning to have a bonfire with my daughters on Wednesday night.
Okay.
They love fire. They take after their father. But okay, so you go there. How many vendors are we talking? So is it really crowded? Do we have
me on the spot?
Well, I mean, is it like dozens, hundreds, thousands?
Not hundreds, but there could be up to 30.
Oh, wow.
The beginning of June is slower because if you're a farmer and you're gardening, your crops aren't a ton right away. So I think as the season goes, some of the vendors do change. So I believe they said up to 30, depending on the week.
Yeah.
So there's some meat vendors, there's some food vendors.
Oh,
I think.
yeah. Tell me more about the meat vendor. So, like, do they have coolers? Or what kind of meat? Is it all jerky, or is it, what are you buying?
He had some beef sticks. There's one guy selling, I think, Alaskan caught salmon.
Oh.
And then there's the meat vendor, and he has different things that you can get his contact info so that then he'll bring what you want because he's not from town.
Yeah.
But then there's a couple different, we've seen different bakeries. I think 20 Below's there. The Moorhead Library bus is there, so you can check out books if you want.
Oh, that's
great. It's a fun time just to walk around. And we've only done it 2 weeks, and already we're starting to recognize people that have come.
How did you
back.
get started in it? Like,
the lady at the vendor at the farmers market that we went to last year, 2 times, she had mentioned it to me because I didn't know that it was there. And so then I just went onto the City of Moorhead website and
the
found
City of
them.
Moorhead's website right there.
And then contacted them.
Oh,
yeah,
okay, so it's like via emails to set up?
Google searched probably like Moorhead Farmers Market.
Well, I'm just trying to imagine, and I can think of, because I know a few businesses, quite a few, and if they were like, I'd love to go sell my wares. What's it like even getting set up there? Like, is it expensive? Can you disclose, what it costs to set up and get signed?
I think you could choose 2 different booth sizes, and you can pay per week or you can pay per season.
So you're not locked in at all?
No, they're very flexible, which is...
And what's it like to get in the door?
Really nice. They've been super friendly. They had spots. I contacted them. I was like, hey, could we come? Do you still have spots? And they're like, yeah, sure. We'd love for you to come.
And
I don't know if they kept
how much does it cost?
How much. I think it was around $100 for the season.
For the season? Us. For the whole season?
So very reasonable, because we've done other, and I mean, all the stuff you have to, have your liability insurance and have them.
Okay.
Not an underwriter, but whatever the thing is called that you do. Yeah.
So you can't just be whipping up food in your kitchen.
Right. You need to have your...
Well, you can actually, but then you need to also...
You need your cottage license, and you have to have the tax.
So is everybody licensed in Minnesota, or are there North Dakota vendors as well?
I don't know, actually. I think there's some people from North Dakota.
And so when I think, and I have, because I've never been to a farmer's market. I've heard of them. I have no sense of anything. I don't leave the house. Can you do like your full, because it's got candy, we've got meat, is a lot of vegetables,
There's
I'd imagine.
Vegetables, yeah.
Right? You just go do your full week's grocery shopping. Does everybody take credit cards, or do you got to bring cash, or you...
Bring cash.
It'd be nicer to bring cash,
some people do have credit card readers. Like, we have the Venmo one, so we don't have a slide, but we can do tap to pay or Venmo or cash.
Okay.
So I think there's a fair amount of that. I actually, I've been with the kids at the booth. I haven't really gotten around. My kids probably know more. I should have brought one of them with.
And it's,
to
of
tell
course,
you.
it's free to attend because it's a
it
market.
is.
It's like going to the store.
And you can just walk
it's
around.
Like going to the store.
So it's really fun. You can talk to different people and see what they're growing. And
well, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
That's very fun. I don't know how I didn't know about this. I'm glad that you're here to tell us about it. And now we are going to move into our next segment, which is Fargo Fresh, after this break. So don't go nowhere.